Welcome back everybody to Forza Motorsport. So we're continuing on with the Porsche Tour with the Porsche Motorsport Icons Championship. So did reasonably well in the previous two races. So yeah, let's see if we can continue that success with this third race, where we're going to be at Hockenheimring on the full circuit for 5 laps. So yeah, this is where we are at the moment. So yeah, like I said, we did reasonably well, getting 56 points. Yeah, that means we're 8 ahead of second and 10 ahead of third. So we're not out of the woods yet in terms of, being guaranteed a win, but yeah, neither are we in a poor position to start off this second episode of this championship. So yeah, I really rather like Hockenheimring.
Is virtually flat, with long,
but the problem with this circuit over the previous two is that it's less speed orientated. Yes, I know it has that big back straight, slash straight slash big long curve, but for the most part this is more about cornering than anything, and this car really isn't about cornering. We chose it because of its acceleration and its speed, which really did come in handy at Le Mans and Mugello, but yeah, it's going to less come in handy here, especially in comparison to the other car we could have chosen from. But luckily we're not just up against that other fellow Porsche. Plenty of other cars here that are also not particularly great in terms of handling. Immediately there's that acceleration up to 133 mile an hour before we even hit the first corner. It's mental. Power by Ferrari. Is ridiculous. Still just about getting up into braking zone as well. Sorry, fellow Porsche there. An accident. As you're on my inside. This car's way too addictive just when it comes to the straight line speed, because not only is it incredibly fast, but revving at nearly pretty much 9,000 RPM means that it also sounds really quite good. It's a shame Porsche hasn't done a modern flat 12, quite frankly. But yeah, this car's struggling through these more complex corners there. At least it looks like for the most part it's going to be able to deal with this circuit. It's just a few corners that it's really rather struggling at. Still have the advantage of the acceleration and speed of this thing, which is hilarious. Faster down this bit this time around because we've not slowed down by anyone in front of us. Yeah, 195 that time around. Still managing to pull up in time, just about. Yeah, we are pushing it a little bit perhaps in terms of braking. Careful with this. Could easily just let go at any time, really.
Three more.
Don't know if it's just me, but I do find it kind of weird how, you know, a 50-plus-year-old flat 12 like this sounds eerily similar to a, you know, a more modern V12 from, say, the likes of Lamborghini. Despite the different configuration and more than a half a century separating them, they do feel weirdly similar, or sound weirdly similar. Better under braking that time round, a little bit more moderate with our speed. We are struggling to gain any more places. Opportunity. Again, because that slow E-class car, or whatever, D-class car is, whichever class it is in, is all the way at the back, slowing everyone down. That happened in the previous race at Mugello. No idea why that car is being included in these races, because it's not going to be competitive at all, and it is only just slowing down everyone else, because, you know, we're able to catch up to it in less than 5 laps, so... Oh well, I'll take advantage of that. I can't help the fact that the car slowed down. Even though this isn't on, you know, technically on race tyres, as you can see there's no medium or soft logo near the tyres there or anything, it's still wearing them out quite quickly. These two have come together. Can we take advantage of that? Come on. I would like at least a podium position, but I know we're not depending on a podium position to stay competitive on this championship, but it would be nice at least. We've had 3 podium positions in a row. Too much on the steer there. Nearly got a whole race without a rewind. I'm aware of the sound. Let's get that bang. our tyres are absolutely knackered. We get so much understeer. Frankly, I don't think we're the only ones struggling, as the guy up front is struggling as well. If our tyres were in a better condition, we might well have been able to have gotten that third position, but yeah, they were just, as you can see, really wearing out quite a lot, and they just did not have the grip that they had in the first or second lap. But still, 4th place is decent.
Well done.
And yeah, we had a good lap time, even though it was slightly ruined by being a bit dirty. But regardless, yeah, we still maintain our 1st place position in the championship overall, but it has shrunk a little bit, as we are now down to 6 points ahead. With 2nd place, 6 points behind, and 3rd place is also only 6 points behind. So yeah, everything to play for the 4th and final race. Let's get there and see if we can do any better than this one. Right, around the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit for this final race in this championship. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty good one, this one. There are obviously a bit more speed orientated parts of this course than perhaps were on Hockenheimring, but there are still some tricky corners that might well prove to be our nemesis. So yeah, we're going to go down to 5 laps of fuel. It's just above the 4 laps that we're going to be racing at, so we're going to weigh a little bit less than usual. But yeah, I'd like to say there's everything to play for, but if we can come at worst in 3rd place, then I think we will secure the championship overall. But anything lower than that, we are at risk of losing it. So yeah, I'd like a podium at the very least, not just for the points, but also to make up for the prior race. Our tyres should hopefully last the course on this one, hopefully. Ferrari was coming from. One of the many power parts of this circuit. Which wouldn't necessarily be a part of the circuit. You think the power will come into it, but with this car, given that it takes very few amount of time to actually get up to a high rate of speed, any corner that is reasonably lengthy it's able to take advantage of. Even me making a mistake there meant we could get up to more than 140 miles an hour, which is hardly slow. Dark by the looks of things, so yeah, track temperature is going to drop, and therefore so will the grip. Luckily our tyres are holding out for now. Again, like in Hockenheim, we are struggling to gain places after the initial surge. bags of understeer again. This car does not have quite the finesse when it comes to slower parts you might hope for. Get the sound back. This is much more of a high-speed cornering vehicle. For instance, it's 100% stable and confidence inducing. Ooh, just got pulled up in time to make that pass. Helpful. Fortunately, I don't think these straights are quite long enough to fully take advantage of this car's speed and acceleration. There again, killing our time. Made that time up though. Again, get a pass in on the chicane. It's very dangerous, it can easily backfire on you by doing that, but if you can get it right, it's a really perfect overtaking opportunity, especially if you've got the speed to close that gap in between you and whoever's in front. We have secured a podium position at the very least.
Final lap. You got this.
The tyres are in a better nick than they were in the last lap of the prior race, so if there is an opportunity to overtake them, that will be able to take advantage. Especially if there's a certain back marker that's going to take up someone's time. There is. Need to gain second place, I just want to. There we go. are into second place. I'd like to say if we'd have had another lap, we'd have been able to get first, but with the condition of our rear tyres, that would have been highly unlikely without having to pit before that next lap, and obviously that would have slowed us down even further. So yeah, but I'm pleased with that. A good couple of overtakes on that chicane really surprised me how well I was able to do those. So yeah, and they really did help secure our position in our first place, where we've held right from the start. So yeah, really enjoyable championship that. I know I'm not typically into racing cars, but if I have to race a racing car, I'd prefer it to be an older one. And yeah, these classic Porsches from the 70s are certainly a triumph of engineering, and yeah, you really have to respect the kind of people that had to race them back in the day with no traction control, no ABS, all of that power, very little in the way of weight, and getting to well over 200 mile an hour at times. It's just mightily impressive, and yeah, worthy of massive respect to be able to do that kind of thing back in the day, quite frankly. So yeah, and I only just got a dose of that via this game, but even that dose was still worthy enough to challenge me when it came to racing this car. So yeah, I highly recommend doing these championships. If you don't, you know, you not only get a reward car at the end of it, but also, you know, you make money, you get to experience new cars, or cars you might well not necessarily drive, and yeah, it also bumps up your skill level when it comes to learning what cars can do and not on certain tracks. So yeah, but nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.